Hey guys, I am coming on here to talk to you guys about my new system that I am going to be using to train my new team members. And I am going to show you that here in a second. I'm going to wait and see if anybody pops on because I told my team that I was going to be coming live at this time, so I'll see if anybody's coming. I just feel like this was something that I needed to do because, yes, I was training my new people. However, I didn't really have a system in place. And when I mean system, that means something that I'm going to do consistently with everyone. I was training them, but I was just not really touching base with them the way that I felt like I should be. And I just felt like that was an area that I really needed to improve. I know that my follow-up has improved greatly because of Maven, and so that system is now in place, and it works really great for me because it's a checklist system, and I'm a big checklist person. So if you're a big checklist person, this might be good for you. Don't feel like you have to do this, but this is just something that I'm going to implement in the now, so that I can do a better job of doing the things that I need to do to coach people to be successful, because not everybody is just going to join and take off and train themselves and do the things that Scentsy already gives us to do. But our job as a sponsor is to help them and train them, but not baby them. And so this system right here is really great, I feel like, because I can check the things off. I'm building a relationship with this consultant, and I'm holding myself accountable as well. Now, if your new team members are not responding to you or not doing these things, there's nothing that you can do about that. But you can feel better if you know that you have done all these things and they still are at zero PRV, or they're still not working their business. You can't make them, and you can't make them motivated. So this is what I came up with. And I came up with this because I already have a running spreadsheet on my computer for my expenses. I keep my business expenses up on my desktop. I have a file. I also had a file for Annual Mentor because I'm always, every single year, striving for Annual Mentor. Annual Mentor is personally sponsoring 14 or more consultants from May 1st to April 30th. So our round will end April 30th for this past year. And to get credit for that, they have to certify. And you get a bonus for that. So you get 25, if you have 14 people that certify or more, you get $25 per person that certifies. But you also get $50 per person that hits lead or above. Even if they join in May, they hit lead by July, and then they quit before Annual Mentor is over, you still get that money. And I'm not saying that I am just doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I want to bless people. But there's no tracker for Annual Mentor on our workstation, so I came up with a system to track that. So every time I got a new consultant, I was putting them in this tracker, and I would highlight them when they got certified, and I would do something different when they got lead. So I'm already doing a checklist type of system with my new recruits that way. So it was just kind of like a light bulb moment for me to create a system where I can keep up with Annual Mentor, but I can also keep up with training my new people. So last night on Zoom, I was trying to screen share, and I realized I wasn't in the app, so that's why it wouldn't let me. So I'm coming on now to share my file with y'all, and then I'm going to upload it to the Files tab of our team page so that you can see what it looks like a little bit better. Okay, so first I'm going to take you over here to my computer screen, and I'm going to show you how I was tracking my Annual Mentor, and then you can see why I decided to change that. Okay, so this was my tab or my thing for Annual Mentor. So you can see I was just typing in their name, saying when they certified, and then I had made a thing for how much I get $25 for them, and then this person promoted to lead, so I'm going to put $50. But I really wasn't doing it consistently. And you can see that these people that are in white, they haven't certified yet, and so they're not highlighted. So they don't have a date here, and they don't have this. Over here, I kind of numbered it. So this was just kind of like a fly by the seat of my pants kind of thing. And it's really just like ugly and non-productive. And I just felt like, yes, I'm keeping up with it, but it's really just not that great. And they have an Annual Mentor tracker on the workstation that you can print out. But I'm not really a paper pencil kind of girl unless I'm home for the summer, because I'm just on the go all the time and I spend more time at school than I do at home. So it's easy for me to have it on my computer. But the file I created, you could print out and use it if you're a paper pencil kind of person, or you can save it to your computer and do it that way. So let me show you what my new consultant / annual mentor list is going to look like. Okay, so I just created an Excel document, and you can see up here at the top, I am going to have the name of my consultant, and I've numbered these here so that I can keep up with my recruits and my annual mentor stuff. I just put in my brand new people from February right here, just because I wasn't going to go back and recreate the annual mentor thing that I've already done, because it's kind of honestly too late for me to go through like their 15th day and their 70th day. So I'm going to go through and do that with them, but I'm not going to put them on this checklist. I also want you to know that I am going to restart this checklist on May 1st. But I'm also still going to leave my annual mentor one. I'm still doing it this way just to finish it out, because I already have all this in here. But this is going to be my new way of training them. So I've had 4 people either reinstate or join this month. So I have their names in there. And then these 2 people literally just joined like within the last 2 days. So I haven't really had a chance to talk to them. But here at the top, you can see my little tabs. So the first one is why. And I felt like I'm not doing a good job of finding out why they joined. Do they want to join to quit their job? Do they want to join for the discount, or do they want to grow their team? Because that's going to be a big difference in what I do when it comes to training them. If they are not somebody that wants to grow their business and they're just joining for the discount, then I'm going to train them just a little bit differently and know that that why can change. The next one is the checklist and consultant hand guide. When I say checklist, I mean the first things first checklist and the consultant hand guide that comes in their kit. If they have not gotten their kit yet, they can go on the workstation and go through the consultant hand guide that way. What I've found is a lot of people, and I'm guilty of this too, do not read their consultant hand guide when they start this business. And there's literally everything in that. Honestly, if they read their consultant hand guide, they're not going to need me to do any of these other things, because they're going to find their answers there. But I find that a lot of people are not reading through that. So they have all these questions, and it's fine to have questions. But what I'm doing is I'm not going to get on the phone or make a FaceTime date or do any of that stuff until they have done their first things first checklist and until they have read their consultant hand guide. Now, they can lie to me and say that they haven't read their consultant hand guide, because there's no way for me to see if they've read their consultant hand guide. But when I start training them, if they have some pretty obvious questions, I'm going to know whether they read it or not. Now, I'm not going to be ugly about that, but I am going to hold them accountable for their training too, because I'm not here to be their mama. I'm here to be their sponsor, their mentor, and help them. And when it comes to the first things first checklist, you go on your workstation under the performance tab, and you go down to, I guess it's the reporting tab now, sorry. You go down to I'll show you. you go down to the reporting tab or whatever it's called, and then you click on Sensational Start. And I'm going to show y'all that. So you click reporting, you go to My Performance, and then you go to Saved Leaderships Report, and you go to Sensational Start. And what you can do is you can click Training Status, and you can ascend or descend. That's what I do first. And I can see that these are incomplete. And this is going to be for everybody in my downline that's incomplete. So that tells me that these people have not done their first things first training. And that's a problem for me, because I am not going to train them until they've done this. Okay? Sometimes it takes overnight for it to update, but you can see that it does update. You can see that these people have done that. So before I will get on the phone with them, I'm going to go and see if they've done that checklist. And even if you're not a director, it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody can go to Sensational Start and look at that training status. And I love that. That's such a great tool to use. So like I said, I'm not going to train them until they've done those two things first. When they first join, I'm going to obviously send them a text, a voice text or whatever, and tell them how excited I am, and then just kind of ask them why they joined. And that's a new system that I'm going to put into place. I'm always congratulating them, and I send welcome emails, but I'm not necessarily getting their why. Okay, so the next thing on my checklist, it says Facebook, kit, and announce. What I mean is I want to challenge them to open their kit live on Facebook, and I want them to announce on Facebook that they are a Scentsy consultant. I put that on my checklist because a lot of times I tell them, hey, announce on Facebook that you're a Scentsy consultant, but they don't know how to word it. So I'm going to do a better job of helping them word how to announce that they're on Facebook. I may even kind of come up with some scripts and create a Word document for me so that it's easy for me to just send that over to them through email or Facebook Messenger or whatever to give them an idea. I'm actually going to do that. That's a good idea. Because a lot of times they get caught up on their wording when that's not really important. Now, if they're not going to open their kit live on Facebook, okay, you can't make them, but really encourage them to step out of their comfort zone and know that live videos are going to be seen a whole lot more than just posting, okay? The next thing that I have on my list is launch party and list of 100. Yes, I'm going to post it, Hannah. The next thing I have was launch party and list of 100. I cannot stress the importance of making your list of 100 and having a launch party. That goes for every single new consultant. I suggest everyone to have a home party, but obviously not everybody's going to do that. But if you can convince them to have a home launch party and you as their sponsor can go and help them, that is best practice. If you cannot, okay, it's not a big deal, but really going to their first party is something that I feel like is pretty important to do if they're willing to have one, if they're near you. All right, and their list of 100 is important because they need to go ahead and make that list of anybody that they could possibly know so that while they're having their launch party or before they have their launch party, they can send out invites to all those people. And there's lots of different things out there where you're finding 40 guests in 4 minutes or whatever, like different organizers to do that. So list of 100. All right. 15th day and subscriptions. So what I find is really important when they first join is not to overwhelm them. So between the time they join and their 15th day, I'm not going to be focused on training them a whole lot. My focus is going to be helping them reach Shooting Star. And just saying, hey, get $500 in orders by your 15th day is not training them to be successful. We need to go and do these touch points and be in contact with them. Now, if they're ignoring you or they're not willing to work for that Shooting Star, fine. But a lot of people find meaning in trying to reach a specific goal. And that can be your specific goal to reach Shooting Star by the 15th day. So on that 15th day, it says 15th day in subscriptions. So what I'm going to do on that 15th day is I am going to train them on their website, why it's important to have it, because that's a subscription. I am going to train them on Scent and Warmer of the Month, because that's a subscription and I think it's an important business write-off. And I'm also going to train them on Scentsy Club. And so those things maybe won't be so overwhelming, but they're things that sometimes we expect people to know, but they don't. So up until the 15th day, my goal is just 500 PRV and going through that checklist. Obviously, those that want to enter other orders and all that stuff, they can do that. And I'm not saying I'm not going to talk to them about anything other than that, but these are the things that I know I want to touch base on. And that's not just a text. It may be a voice text. It may be a FaceTime, whatever. Okay? So after the 15th day, I am going to, after I train them on subscriptions, a different day, guys, because you don't want to overwhelm them. I'm going to train them on how to find training. So I'm going to have that hard conversation with them about how to train yourself, and if you don't know something, how to look it up. I'm going to tell them that I'm going to be there for them and I'm here to help, but that they should first try and find the answer themselves, because that's what is going to help them remember. And when I say how to find training, I'm going to teach them how to look in the files tab, look in the albums, and use the search feature of our team page. I am going to show them where the training center is on the workstation, so that they can go and find any of those trainings. And I'm going to show them the YouTubes that I suggest, such as Boss Babe Basics. And then I'll tell them maybe some superstar directors that I follow on YouTube that they can watch to find some training. So teaching them how to fish, teaching them how to find those things if they don't know the answer. All right. After that, a different day, I am going to train them on Maven and customer service. I am training everyone on Maven because you can do Maven for free at first. And I'm going to train them on how my business has exploded since I started using Maven and actually have a follow-up system. I'm honestly not even going to tell them about the other follow-up systems because I just don't feel like they're ready for that. I'm going to tell them to use Maven and see how it works. And I'm going to tell them to start it now while they're in their first month of business. So then their customers get used to them following up with them and they're being a great consultant. When I say customer service, I mean I'm going to tell them about sending scent circles to everybody who pays shipping, packaging their orders, how to add customer order bags on the workstation, and just being a good consultant, reminding them that people can buy from anyone. So you want to do what you can to treat your customers like gold and like they are the only customers that you have. Okay. That's just what I'm going to do. On a different day, I am going to talk to them about sponsoring and promotions. I want to make sure that I let everybody know, that it's never too soon to sponsor. You can sponsor even when you just started, even if you're not sure how to answer all their questions. The best way to learn is to do it. And so I'm going to teach them about that. I'm also going to share with them Certified. Maybe and I'm going to tell them about Certified on the 15th day. Tell them 500 is their first goal, 1,000 is their second. But if they haven't hit promotions yet, I'm going to talk to them about that, about getting certified first, and then telling them if they want to progress farther in this business, then they are going to have to recruit and sponsor, and just having those conversations with them, like what their responsibilities are, how I'm doing my checklist, stuff like that. And another thing that I'm doing here for sponsoring and promotion, so you can see that as I have done these things with my new person, I've kind of put an X in it. But what I'm going to do here is I am going to type in either the word certified or lead or whatever, and then I'm going to highlight this box. And this is just how I'm going to do it so that I know that I've earned or that they have hit that first promotion, and I am going to be on track for annual mentor with that person, if that makes sense. That's just easier for me because I wanted to create a document that I could train them and keep up with my annual mentor at the same time. So if they hit certified, I'm going to put certified. If they hit lead, I'm going to put lead, and so on. Like I said, I keep this running for the annual mentor period. So it will have all my people on it so that I'm not scrambling at the end of the annual mentor earning period to see whether or not I have all that. All right, and then the 70th day, and then it says LT goals. That means long-term goals. So I'm going to talk to them about Sensational Start, levels 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to talk to them about their long-term goals. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to wait until the 70th day to get this done. I'm going to continue to build relationships with them and continue to talk to them about all these things. But what I'm going to do in the 70th day and long-term goal box is I'm going to put SS level 1, 2, or 3, depending on if they earn it. I'm going to document that. And then if they want to be a director or they want to quit their job, I might put a little note out to the side for that as well. And like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is because I feel like I'm not, I'm training them, but I'm not doing it in a systematic way where everybody gets the same thing from me. And I don't like that. And I feel like it's doing my people a disservice. And I'm going to see how this works and see if this helps me, see if my new people are more successful. Like I said before, do not worry about the people that don't want to work. You can't make them work. But I do know that this will probably be more beneficial to those that need more support from me so that I can do this and so that I can help them. So if you're on here and you have any questions, please ask right here below. Like I said, I'm going to show you again. It's just one Excel page. And I'm just transitioning from this I'm transitioning from my messy annual mentor stuff to a more systematic approach to train people and earn annual mentor for myself. So I'm going to put this in the files tab. And if you have any questions, let me know. And like I said, this doesn't have to be your thing. If a checklist isn't your thing, that's fine. But it is my thing, so I feel like I'm going to do well with this. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to help, and I am about to post this in the files tab of my leaders page as well as my regular team page. Y'all have a good day. Bye.